Hey there everyone, happy Tuesday. I hope your day is off to a great start. It's a great one here. I already took a listing that's coming on Friday. We have another listing coming on tomorrow. We have another one that's coming on, I believe, Thursday. We have another one next week. So what that means is, hopefully this means that the inventory is starting to loosen up a little bit, because I know you buyers out there have been getting a little frustrated with the inventory, as have we realtors. So hopefully that's a great sign. But today is Tuesday, so that is education day for you buyers. And today we're going to talk about the advantage of working with your agent's preferred vendors, working with our preferred vendors. So what is the advantage and what am I talking about? Guys, we love it when you work with our local lenders, when you work with our preferred closing companies. And here's some examples of why that's an advantage to you. So example, working with one of our preferred local lenders versus an internet lender. Well, you have a competitive advantage. What do you mean? So this market's been kind of crazy, right? Well, if you're in a multiple bid situation and if a seller sees your local lender versus an internet lender, that agent is probably going to say, you know what? I've heard of that local lender. I've heard that they're great. I know that this is going to be a smooth deal. Versus internet lenders, which some have the reputation of not being the most communicative, right? So sometimes they don't get back to us right away. So there's a competitive advantage for you against multiple bid when you work with a local lender. Two, I can knock on the door when there's a problem. So if for some reason something comes up in a loan, I can actually show up to the door of the lender and be like, hey, what's going on here? I can't do that with an internet lender. That's just not going to happen. So I like that we can have that extra level of checking up, right? And then often local lenders are working flexible hours, whereas the internet lenders not so much. For example, we are USAA people. My husband has been with them for 30 years. We do not use them for mortgages. So they have different departments. I had one deal once where the day of closing, they were asking what was going on because their one department didn't know that the other department had it already. Like, we closed. And I was like, what do you mean what's going on? We closed. So there's not always that communication. Plus, if you look at a home at 7 o'clock at night on a Saturday, a lot of these like internet lenders you can't get a hold of, but your local lender, the ones that we have relationships with, they will answer the phone at 7, 8 o'clock. They will get you an updated lender letter. And you might be like, wait, Shannon, you don't take us to look at homes unless we have a lender letter? That's correct. But let's say your lender letter is for $300,000 and you're offering $250,000. You don't want that seller to know that you have $50,000 more. So it's really important that we get an updated lender letter from your lender. And if I can't get a hold of an internet lender, you might lose out on that house because we're waiting for your lender. So those are your advantages of working with local lenders. Another example is a closing company and your closing attorney. When you work with someone locally, we just have better communication. You know, my closing company, I can talk to my closing attorney and my title company on Facebook at like in the middle of the day or in the middle of the evening, like at 8 o'clock at night. They answer me. So that's another advantage of working with someone local. You get better communication. You get a smoother deal. And you know what? You get great customer service because we keep giving repeat business to the same title company and to the same attorneys. So don't you think that they're going to take extra special care of our clients because they are getting business from us, repeat business. So that means they're going to take extra special care of you. And finally, another reason to work with your agents, vendors, you know, sometimes you get discounts. For example, my flooring guy, I give him a ton of business. So guess what? He gives my clients 10% off. Like, you just don't get that in working with somebody else. Plus, I know that he's going to bend over backwards to be there. He did my own floor on a Sunday. I know that's not a habit, but I had an emergency because we had 50 people coming over and it wasn't going to be done. He came over on a Sunday and he did that. When you work with our preferred vendors, they try to take care of us, and that means they're taking care of our clients. A junk removal company that I work with gives us discounts all the time. So you just have a huge advantage when you work with your agent's preferred vendors, whether that be a local lender, if that's a title company, a closing attorney, or just vendors such as flooring and junk removal and all that good stuff. So if you're just joining us, because I've had a few of you on here and just come on, make sure you go back and watch this, because that very beginning is particularly important with the local lender versus the internet lender. And guys, just when you work with our preferred people, they're just going to go out of their way to take care of you because they want our repeat business. All right, y'all. I will be back on Thursday with some seller tips. My name is Shannon Milligan from RVA Home Team, powered by eXp Realty, and I hope you enjoyed this beautiful weather here in RVA this lovely Tuesday. Talk to you later.